Thanks again for coming back to my channel. Did you know that over 90% of what people say to each other isn't spoken? You might not notice that a woman is interested in you even though she's giving you clear signs. Most guys miss these subtle signs because they don't know what to look for. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete understanding of the signs women send when they're interested in you. Even better, you'll know how to respond with confidence. And make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I have a bonus tip that most men never figure out that makes the difference between guys who easily attract women and guys who are always left wondering what went wrong. Welcome to Emma, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on how to deal with the complicated worlds of love and relationships. 1. Hyper-awareness of your presence. When a woman likes you, she may become more aware of your presence without even realizing it. It's not just how often and how subtly she looks at you, it's how she does it. If you walk into a coffee shop and she looks up, that's normal. But if she does it again a few minutes later, maybe she slightly changes her posture, tucks her hair behind her ear, or straightens her back, as if she's subconsciously getting ready to be noticed. That's her brain registering your presence, because when we're drawn to someone, our awareness sharpens. Selective attention is what psychologists call it. It's the same reason you start seeing the new car you bought everywhere on the road. When something or someone is important to you, your mind locks onto it. A study in the Psychological Science Journal says that attraction makes us more likely to notice and follow someone's moves, even when there are a lot of other people around. This means that if she always seems to know where you are, it's likely that she's paying more attention to you than just casually observing. She likes her hair. Now, before you jump to the conclusion that any woman who does her hair likes you, let's get this straight. Women play with their hair for many reasons, but when it happens in the setting of attraction, it's often subconscious grooming. Pay attention to when she does it. If she's twirling a piece of hair between her fingers, brushing it back over and over, or adjusting it while she talks to you. These are all classic prim behaviors, small, automatic things she does to look better and get your attention. Evolutionary psychology study backs up the idea that when people are interested in someone, they naturally want to look their best. This study suggests that women instinctively adjust their appearance when they feel a surge of attraction. It's why a woman might suddenly become hyper-aware of a smudged lipstick or straighten her dress when talking to someone she finds attractive. So if she's playing with her hair every time you speak, especially if she's making eye contact while doing it there's a strong chance she's subconsciously signaling interest. 3. She puckers her lips. The lips are one of the most sensual and expressive parts of the body. You may not even know it, but they have a lot to do with attraction. If a woman looks at you and licks or moistens her lips, it's not just a coincidence. It's often an unconscious sign of interest. In the middle of a talk, she licks her lips for a split second while keeping eye contact. This is a micro-expression, or a short, unplanned movement that shows how someone is feeling before they even know it. Why does this happen? There are physical effects of attraction. When a woman finds someone beautiful, her body gets ready for a connection. One of these effects is that she makes more saliva. A study in the Journal of Behavioral Psychology says that when we're nervous or excited, our mouths naturally get drier, which makes us lick our lips more often. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter if she licks her lips while she's talking to you, looks at your lips while you talk, or even lightly bites her lower lip. That's not all. She's showing that she's paying attention to you in a way that goes beyond casual conversation. 4. She mirrors your body language. Most people don't even realize they're doing it, but mirroring is one of the best ways to connect with someone without words. It's a natural way of saying, I'm on the same wavelength as you. You lean in slightly while talking, and she does the same. You cross your legs, and a few seconds later, she crosses hers. You take a sip of your drink and all of a sudden, she reaches for hers too. This is called the chameleon effect, and it happens when people are attracted to someone. This is because mirroring builds trust and connection. Social psychology study has shown that people are more likely to feel at ease and interested in those who move in the same ways they do, patterns of speech or amount of energy. If you were talking to someone you really connected with, you probably started making the same movements and even facial expressions without realizing it. The same thing happens when a woman is interested in you. So if you start to notice that she's matching your movements without meaning to, it's a strong sign that she's paying more attention to you than anyone else in the room. One of the most delicate and easily hurt parts of the body is the neck. When a woman shows it off around you, she may or may not be aware of it. Unknowingly, it can be a strong indicator of attraction. Have any of you ever seen when a woman talks to you, she might tilt her head slightly and play with her necklace or lightly touch the side of her neck? These small, unconscious movements aren't random. They're subtle signs of trust and openness. From an evolutionary point of view, showing the neck is a subconscious way of signaling femininity and vulnerability. This is the same reason why people naturally tilt their heads when they're deeply engaged in a conversation. It makes them seem more approachable. Psychologists think that these actions come from preying behaviors that are meant to get your attention in a subtle but effective way. If she's doing this while looking at you or during important parts of your conversation, it's probably a sign that she's comfortable and interested. Before we go any further, please like the video and subscribe to our channel if you found it useful. Your help makes us stronger and makes you an important part of our journey. Thank you so much for everything you do. Now let's get back to our talk. 6. She moves closer to you. This is one of the most overlooked signs because it's so normal for a woman to do this when she likes someone. You're at a party. Gathering standing in a group, you notice she's right there, close enough that she could easily brush against you. She might lean in a little when you speak, angle her body towards you, or even find reasons to stand next to you instead of across from you. This is proximity theory, an idea in psychology that explains how physical closeness makes people more attracted. Studies show that the more accessible someone is to you, the more likely it is that a connection will form. Here's the thing, people don't gravitate toward things they're not interested in. If she chooses to position herself near you, she probably has other options. It's not a mistake. She knows what to do 7 times. Prolonged eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful ways people show interest without words. A quick glance might not mean much, but if a woman looks at you for longer than normal, it's usually an attempt to connect with you. Think about the last time you looked someone in the eyes in a way that felt meaningful. It wasn't just a glance. It lasted a second or two longer than usual, maybe even just long enough to make you wonder if it was intentional. If she doesn't break the gaze right away, or if she looks away and then back at you, that's a classic sign of attraction. There's science behind this. In a study by psychologist Dr. Arthur Aaron, who is known for his work on attraction, strangers were asked to make eye contact for just 4 minutes. Many of the people who did so said they felt profoundly connected. Some even described it as falling in love. That's because prolonged eye contact stimulates oxytocin production, the hormone linked to bonding and attraction. So if she's making eye contact and holding it for just a little longer than necessary, she's not just looking, she's inviting you into a deeper, unspoken moment of connection. 8. She shows her palms. Most people don't realize how much their hands reveal about their true feelings, but in body language, open palm gestures are one of the clearest indicators of openness, trust, and receptivity. Imagine this: you're talking to a woman, and she's gesturing naturally with her hands, her palms often facing up. Or maybe she rests her hands on the table with her palms visible rather than tucked away or hidden. These small, more subtle movements show that she's comfortable around you and, more importantly, open to the interaction on the flip side. Closed fists, crossed arms or hands, tucked, out of sight. Those are classic defensive gestures. Body language experts say that when we trust someone, we naturally show more of ourselves. For example, open palms show honesty, warmth, and a desire to interact. This is why great public speakers often use open hand gestures. It makes them look more trustworthy. In personal interactions, the same rule applies. If a woman talks to you with her hands open and visible, she's not just paying attention to the conversation, she's unconsciously sending you a message that she's comfortable and maybe even interested in you. 9. She touches you playfully. Touch is one of the strongest signs of attraction, and when a woman makes physical contact, even if it's just a little, it's usually not by chance. Pay attention to the little touches. She might lightly touch your wrist for a second while she talks, tap your arm when she laughs at your joke, or nudge you while she's making fun of you about something. All of these actions are ways to see how comfortable you are with her and get closer to her. When you really think about it, people don't touch people they don't care about. If she's trying to make casual physical contact, she's probably subconsciously touch also bridges the gap between you and the other person. It also causes a chemical reaction in our bodies. When we are touched, our bodies release chemicals. Oxytocin, which is also known as the bonding hormone, is a chemical that makes emotional connections stronger between couples. That's why a simple touch, like brushing shoulders as you walk, or a quick, playful push, can make someone feel more attracted to you without saying a word. But here's the important thing. If she's looking for reasons to touch you, especially in a flirty way, she's probably just testing the waters to see how you'll react. Bonus point: how to respond to these signs. There you have it. You've made it this far and are now officially a member of our real group. Enjoy your bonus tip. It's one thing to notice signs of attraction. Most men mess up when they try to react. It's not enough to just know what the signs mean. You need to act in a way that attracts them without going too far. If she makes eye contact, look at her for one more second before smiling. A confident gaze followed by a subtle smile will show that you are sure of yourself without coming across as intense. If she mirrors your movements, slowly change your posture and see if she does the same. This will confirm that she is subconsciously tuned into you. If she touches you playfully, touch her back. In a subtle way, Kate, this doesn't mean grabbing her. It means a light touch on her wrist to make a point. Small acts of confidence strengthen the bond between people. If she moves, close by, don't move back. A lot of guys panic and instinctively shift away, not realizing she's closing the gap on purpose. Instead, stay grounded, hold your space, and lean in slightly when responding to her. The key: confidence. Women respond to men who are aware but not desperate, confident but not arrogant. Attraction isn't about chasing, it's about recognizing signals and responding in a way that lets the connection grow naturally. If you've watched till this point, I want you to comment below. I see the signs that way. I'll know you're part of the real community, the ones who actually pay attention and want to level up in their interactions. If you got value from this video, hit the like button. It's one of the easiest ways to support the channel, and it helps more people see this content. Plus, it lets us keep bringing you high-quality videos like this every single day. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we break down attraction, confidence, and dating dynamics in a way that's simple, practical, and actually works. Also, share this video with a friend who might be missing out on these signals. Help them out. You never know who needs to hear this. We've also recommended the perfect video for you on your screen right now. Click on it, and we'll see you back here in the next video.